Ready.
Welcome to That's Absurd Podcast. Your source for everything hip-hop, pop culture, sports, and more. Tune in, subscribe, enjoy.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of That's Absurd Podcast. I go by the name of Juno, a.k.a. Malvo.
It's your boy, Gene AP.
And this is Fat Meezy, a.k.a. your boy Swerve.
Yes, sir.
That's all.
It's a luxury now to call yourself fat, huh?
Fat Meezy. You know, for a good portion of my life, I was known as Sturverburger. I don't know if y'all knew me back when I was Sturverburger.
What do you mean?
No, probably.
It wasn't a good portion of your life. Did it? What
do you mean by good?
When did they? When were you called that at? From what age to what age?
I was definitely fat, if that's what you're asking.
No, you said.
What age?
You said
See if you even qualify. You got to make sure you even qualify.
You specifically said majority of your life.
Well, I didn't say majority. I said a portion of my life.
Oh, okay.
There was a portion of my life where I was known as Sturverburger.
Nate, did he not just say majority?
You can go. Nope. I would not say majority. Why would I say majority when majority of my life I've been Swerve?
Okay.
I thought you were gonna lie and say majority of your life you've been skinny.
It's in the what's name.
Actually, I'm almost at half now because I got skinny around like 18, 19. And I got fat around 6, 7.
Months?
No.
Yeah.
So I was a skinny kid, and then around like maybe 6, 7, I turned fat. And then I stayed fat until like maybe 18, 19. And then from 19 all the way till now. Well, now I've been fluctuating, you know.
I was a skinny kid too until I broke my leg.
Classic.
Bring it on the leg.
I'm saying. And then
What age was that?
I don't know if you were skinny back then. You always had weight on you and Gene. They were skinny. I was skinny. You know, the kids that look like they missed a meal. He was average size. Healthy.
Yeah, I seen a picture of you young. You wasn't skinny.
No, the picture of you that you seen of me when I was younger, that's 5th grade. I broke my leg in 3rd grade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember you being skinny. You were like a healthy kid, like average size.
What age are you at 3rd grade?
Like 8, 9.
8, 9? Okay, I'll allow it.
8. Yeah, 8.
Like 8.
Yeah, 8. 8 going on 9, most people. But I was probably like 8 because I was definitely 8 when I broke my leg. 3rd grade.
How you broke it?
Doing vagabond shit, you know, doing ratchet shit with my brother.
Did you have insurance?
It felt like that nigga stayed inside the house for 2 years straight.
Swear.
Everyone in school.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long, but the kid, the kid's grade, it felt, time, we have no reference of time. I'm like, damn, this nigga never go to school. And nigga just be inside the house all
I was a child. Do you think I'm worrying if I have insurance?
I know you wasn't worrying about it.
That's something you gotta ask the people. I didn't ask the nurse, hey, is this being covered by my parents' insurance? I didn't ask that, nigga.
That's because you're a vagabond. Me, I already knew I didn't have insurance, so I knew better.
What can you do, insurance or not insurance? It has to be. Back then, things just solved themselves. I mean,
they have to stabilize you and fix your shit.
Nah,
yeah.
I just don't put myself in that situation.
Yeah, Juno shit was gruesome, though. He had the pins sticking out of his legs. I had never seen no shit like that. There's a difference between just a cast. He didn't have a cast, though. He had, like, metal bars that go into his skin, like, that's protruding out. That shit was crazy. So, what did you break, your femur?
I broke something up here. Right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's your femur. Yeah, bro. That's crazy, bro. It's like the longest bone in the body. Pause.
Biggest bone in the body.
Yeah, and I remember, because I remember that when little. I remember seeing vividly, like, this shit is crazy. If you ever watch, like, Hellraiser, remember how those guys had the spikes come out their hair? Shit like that? The bald guys?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I remember seeing, ever just general seeing a little kid with just little metal rods, had his legs propped up the whole time. You'd pass by the window. Shit was crazy.
Shit was wild, man. I had to live, sleep, shit, all in that bed, bro.
All in one spot.
Because the first time, when I broke it, I was constipated for like a month, bro.
So when you take a shit, what do you have to do? You just shit on yourself?
No, I got a
Bedpan.
Bed commode.
Did they bring the constipation specialist around? Haitians used to have a constipation specialist. A Haitian got a
I
from
can't
the
even
church that
tell
come
you
around.
what they did. All I remember is once that shit was coming out, I shitted out of at least 60 pounds.
You would remember if you're impacted, which means you keep too backed up. A guy from the church used to come around. I'm assuming he's a nurse. Make you get in some kind of fetal position, kind of puts it in there, man. And
He kind of puts it in there.
Nate, I wasn't being molested as a child. I'm sorry.
It's called impaction. This is an actual
That's
medical
impaction.
technique. Impaction is the thing when you're actually too backed up. This is a medical thing. This happens. You can ask Dr. Berry, and there's a technique to get it out where you kind of jam a finger in there. Somewhat. I don't know the medical was saying, but
it's a lot.
All I know is you're gonna remember that shit, bro.
I bet
when that bitch starts backing out, you shitting up crazy.
Nate, you telling me some random Haitian guy came to your house?
He wasn't random.
He's a family friend, a church friend.
He's the church.
Yeah, the church finger specialist.
That's
the church diarrhea back.
Yeah, boys get molested.
It was no molestation. Your parents are there, plenty of people are there. If you're compacted as a little kid, this happened. I remember happened to Mark, my cousin Mark, before. I've had to go.
Damn, you just gonna throw my guy out there like that?
It's not a violation. You're impacted.
Impacted. Listen, you're using this language too loosely.
Okay, Juno got a little. You got a son. This is gonna happen to you soon. So when they're gonna get impacted, what's the name? He's young now. This is gonna happen. Little kids happen when they get over, especially because they start only eating. He's not at the age where he's only eating pizza. You know how kids when they start going the routine. So especially when it's cheese,
he eats what his parents provide him with.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they get to the point where they'll churn away meals. They don't want to the kids kind of lock in. They get to that age, but either way, when my kids are doing it, there's products for it. There's
You didn't call the church guy?
No, because they sell the thing now. People like
as an adult,
it's called a smooth move.
I forget what it's called, but whatever. It is when you rinse out. No, there's some shit same kind of thing, but it's almost like you stick it up there and you squeeze like the bottle and it shoots water up.
That's an enema.
It's enema. Yeah, they can sell enemas now. Yeah, so there's enemas now or small enemas. But back then, that enema wasn't that wasn't in the shows.
Is there a delay?
No, I heard that the crazy, but
let me see something. Make sure
You got a delay on your video, but it's not affecting me. I'm good.
Yeah, it's not. It seems like it's the audio. I mean the video that's being delayed for some reason. And I upgraded fucking internet and all that shit, bro.
Got that pole man internet. You got to get on this spectrum over here, baby.
All right, what y'all niggas been up to this past week?
Go ahead, Nate. Let the people know what you've been up to.
What was I up to this past week? I had a birthday party. This month both my son's birthdays is up. My oldest son went out there. Went downtown like towards I Drive. Did a couple of venues with him. I didn't realize there's a store out there that's making a killing hand over fist just selling fucking socks. There's two black dudes too. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about,
What kind of socks?
They're like fancy, not fancy, but like customized socks or weird, colorful socks. You can put your own picture on there and stuff like that. They're using kind of like you get them custom immediately, but the shit's crazy. Like $20 a pair.
How much they got you for?
Probably I only got two. Tyler got one and Junior got one. So Tyler got his face put on his own socks. Junior got like some cat bird hybrid bullshit, but it's kind of like real quirky socks. But if you look at their wall of memorabilia, they got athletes. They got what's they're like they sell like their own socks. It's a pretty popular establishment. Like, man, these guys making money hand over fist off such a fucking
are they doing
idea.
This sublimation on the socks?
They have the little screen thing in the back. Yeah, the scan thing.
It's called sublimation.
But they also have like
they're like polyester. They're not cotton. They're like
I don't think so, because if it was cotton, they'd have to stitch it on there.
Yeah, I think you have to use like a highly polyester fabric when you do sublimation.
So what is it? The sublimation? They're just pressing it on there.
Mm-hmm. They just print it and they press it on there, and it the dye actually goes on into the fabric, so that's why it'll last longer than a regular.
Just a cold press, okay,
Yeah.
than a regular press.
Than a regular.
But then there's also other higher end ones that do the stitching, but that I imagine that take longer. You know what I'm talking about? The actual. But either way, they
I
there's
got an
two black guys
embroidery
shop,
machine.
huh?
I bought an embroidery machine about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
Oh yeah, how you liking it?
Bro, I literally only used it once to test to see if it works. I haven't touched that thing since.
Does it work?
It works.
We might need to start selling some memorabilia, dog. You got all the equipment. I can get us a page, dog.
And I could have come up with some great ideas for some shirts.
I mean, them shits. The ideas for shirts can nowadays. Them shits is generated just through AI. You get them shits generated right and left.
Yeah, but their ideas, AI ideas, are not my ideas.
I was gonna start selling Trump
This guy gets
clothes.
it. You don't know what exactly. You got to know how to get it, though. Got them shits flying off the shelves.
Yeah. So I might send y'all the advertisement about these Trump shirts that I'm selling.
I'm definitely will not be buying, but I'll post. I'll share a post if you want me to. That's no pressure.
It's just
that's the least I could do.
You can't be mad at people selling shit.
Yeah, I can't be mad at people selling. I'm always gonna support a friend, but
commerce,
I'm
right?
not gonna. Yeah, but me buying it and wearing it, nah, I'm good.
You don't gotta wear it. You just gotta buy it.
Buy it? Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna help in a different way. I'm gonna help with marketing.
What about you, Swerve? What you been up to?
What have I been up to? Nothing. Have I been up to anything? What happened last week? What was there? Some type of holiday?
Last week was it
420.
Easter?
Oh, Easter and 420.
Yeah,
we talked. It was Easter. We talked about that, and we talked about it. We didn't talk about it being 420 though. Smokers' holiday.
No,
and
Easter.
Same weekend.
Easter was the weekend. What day is it?
420 was on a Sunday, Easter Sunday.
Yeah, we recorded after that.
Mm-hmm. But we didn't even mention 420. My holiday.
Or Easter. God's holiday.
Is it God's holiday? I thought Christmas was God's holiday.
Easter is supposed to be his...
All these holidays are bullshit, bro.
They are absolutely bullshit. I think Easter's supposed to be his rebirth or something.
So you don't think that Christ was resurrected? You don't think Christ was resurrected?
He could have been resurrected, but it didn't come from Easter. All these shits are pagan holidays. When the Catholic Church took over, they just hijacked and replaced it, put Jesus in it.
So that nigga only had one life, Swerve?
Like everybody else?
No, I'm saying he had two lives then, because he lost one, they took one, he resurrected.
What happened after he resurrected? So he lived, he got killed on the cross.
Just asking that. What happens after he came back? What's the story of God?
Did he get killed again?
He did it. He just wrote off. We need the actual.
So they never did the part 2?
No, bro. They don't even tell you the nigga died.
They told me he died. Oh yeah, after the resurrection. That's what I'm saying. That's the part 2 that I need.
This nigga could have lived for 150 years. We don't know.
He could still be around.
Let's think about this. I don't know.
He could be like that deaf shit. I'm off that.
Because they said he died at 33, but he got resurrected.
Yeah.
And what's the...
Supposedly like 3 days later, right? There was like inside some big tomb or cave or something. Then he pushed he rolled the rock back. He pushed it back and said, "I'm out of here."
So what happened after resurrection?
I don't know. Something happened with the burning bush, right? Hold on. Now I'm just throwing shit out here. Was there a burning bush somewhere?
I mean, we're no different than anyone else, though. They can wing it, we can wing it too.
All right.
We need to add some new chapters in that bit anyways, though.
Well, definitely need a part 2.
Because I know we all did Bible study with that yellow and red book and all that shit. But how do we not get the continuation after resurrection?
They probably did. I'm sure they did. We can't be the first ones to ask this question.
We need to get someone that's very religious on the pod because I'm always asking tough questions to some of these religious folks. which I always feel like maybe I'll fuck around, end up in hell doing that just for questioning too much.
Yeah. That's the whole. Yeah, not having faith will end you up in hell.
Oh, I have faith, but I also have questions.
Yeah, that's the problem. You have to have blind.
Like,
you have to have blind faith.
I can't do that blind shit.
Blind faith.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Real faith. Real faith is blind faith, but I'm not wired that way. What do you want? He made me this way, so he should know. Like, he shouldn't have no issue with me asking these questions. They're just questions.
All right, just don't have any malice behind those questions.
There's no malice. Sometimes I say, I got out
because I feel like. Because you start talking about something, you want to get a religious person. I was like, I got some religious people I could get on here, but I feel like you're going to be asking questions, trying to, like how.
That's why I got to step away. I kind of don't want to make them. I don't want to make them disbelievers. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I start asking those. Exactly. Like, because I kind of feel offended. I don't want to say it's offended. I kind of get tight when a motherfucker believes in some shit they can't really prove. And they have the audacity to kind of like just wear it. I'm like,
so you're telling me God offends you?
Not God though, but people act like they have act like they have proof, more proof than I have. I'm like, bro, we both have the same proof. I get that you believe, I believe, but don't act like you're more a believer than me. Based on what? They really
how is there more of a believing? Either you believe or you don't believe.
Like I believe, like I've been in tight situations. I prayed and got out of it. Like God's on my side. I'm good on that aspect, but I'm also not.
He's also doing drugs and fucking whores and hookers.
I'm also not blind. They say God is all. They say God is all powerful and all knowing. This and this. But the truth is, people say if he's either all powerful or all knowing, he can't be both. Because if he was all knowing, he would stop all the tragedies.
Says who?
All powerful.
That's just your human mind thinking.
But that's what the human gotta say. That's what the human gotta say when they're like, "Well, no." But we're not.
I think the answer to that is he gave you free will and he's letting you. He started the spark and then now he's letting it roll.
Yeah, I get that. But how about the kids that are born with cancer, their caps peeled off, that over there and getting bombed up and blown away?
Everything is for a reason.
That's a perfect example. You know what I'm saying? So
everything's
that's just
for
like
a reason.
nature. That's just like nature. If anything just anything goes, and everything's for nothing. We just gotta assume it's all. If everything's for a reason, that means everything is. Does that mean everything's predestined, pre-planned, or does that mean?
I don't know if it's predestined or pre-planned, but he knows it was going to happen.
So it's
the Bible to me is just a manual. It's a syllabus. It's a syllabus, and it teaches you how to be a good human being, a good citizen to whatever country you're in. It don't tell you to overthrow the government. It tells you whatever position you happen to be born in, just be good at that. Don't shake up any trees. Don't be too much. Praise the Lord's name. Be a good citizen, and you'll get your blessings in the afterlife. So that's why I feel like it's also a tool of the governing. Whoever runs it, they break out the Bible and they keep saying, you know what I'm saying? They put their version of it and they get the blessings of that Bible.
But at the same time, you could say it's people trying to govern and control. But at the same time, you could also say you won't find any negative in following the book the way it's supposed to.
Will. If you're a slave and it's telling you to respect your master, it keeps everyone in the class you're already in. They tell you don't buck the system. So if you're in the bottom tier like black folks, this shit is not beneficial to us.
So you're saying following the Bible.
Following the Bible means you just gotta stay good slaves, don't shake nothing up, pray, and hope for better days.
I don't know. That doesn't sound right to me.
Why you think they taught it to us?
There's plenty of people who follow. There's plenty of people who follow the Bible who move up in life. Yeah, all the highest people, all the people who made it, always thank God because they remember where they came from.
That's individualism.
They thank them afterwards.
Yeah, they thank them afterwards. That's individualism. But they're not breaking out the Bible when they're doing revolts and everything else because the Bible ain't speaking to that.
I mean, we don't know how many times people pray a day for them to get to where they are today.
Which one do you guys think is stronger in America, the Bible or the Constitution?
That's a tough
one. Bible.
The Bible
in
or
America?
The Constitution?
I mean, what do you mean? Either one they get thrown around anytime they feel like it in America. So
it should be the Constitution. The Constitution should be strict word for
It's supposed
word,
to
whatever it
supersede,
is,
yeah.
everything, whatever it says, it should be that. But that's not the way it is. In the Bible, it's kind of like if you want to believe. It's not no.
The Bible
This is for sure.
Is more opened up to your own
Interpretation.
Interpretation.
Yeah.
The Constitution is supposed to be solid. Here are the rules. Here's what you can do, can't do.
Yeah, but when your whole fucking country is ran by lawyers, all the lawyers do, their specialty is learning how to rephrase shit, how to make a better argument. So they always find a way to tweak the Constitution into their favor, to slip certain amendments in, do shit like that.
Same way people tweak the Bible to make it fit their whatever they got going on.
Yeah,
well, that's the one thing they make fun about the Jews.
Like women pastors.
Yeah, like women pastors updating. People are saying like the Jews, that's one religion that's always trying to find a way to go around whatever the religious doctrine is. So they tell them they can't use electricity only within the confines of their homes on a Friday or on the Sabbath. They'll say their home's considered anywhere that's inside this string, and they'll just tie a string to the neighbor's house and throw it around the whole block. You know what I'm saying? And then they say, okay, within this block, that means we can still have power. I just feel like God gave them the rules. Yeah. And they're always trying to find workarounds. They always got 100 different type of workarounds. They're not supposed to be giving out loans. Our religion is supposed to be against.
You guys are moving into the territory of anti-Semitism.
You guys?
I mean, what is it nowadays?
What do you mean? What is it nowadays?
Everything's anti-Semitism, man. Here's one thing about the Jews, though. One thing I give them problems though. They got their hands in everything early, though. Like the first pope was Jewish, and when you think about it, the pope has a tiny hat too, and he's a whole different religion. Mm-hmm. They got you right where you want, all right? Yeah, even when we don't think they're there, they're there. Like the ships Christopher Columbus sailed in, they were funded by Jewish folks, so they've been in America from its inception. Everything they got, it's like even when you don't see them, they got their hands in the pot a little bit.
They've been making shit happen.
They've been making shit shake. You know what I'm saying? So they're part of huge part of the slave trade. They finance a lot of the boats, even though we get to hear about the slave trade here in America. We never hear about their part in it whatsoever. So they can omit themselves out of history, out of the bad parts, and put themselves in only the good parts. So
I heard that they funded Genghis Khan's army.
That's another one. I heard Genghis Khan might have been Jewish. I like these motherfuckers got their hands in it's kind of commendable. It's kind of you gotta listen. These niggas, it's like the Lakers when it comes to the race, or the Yankees. You know what I'm saying?
How did if they have their hand in everything? How did Nazi Germany happen?
Okay, they probably funded that too.
What happened with Nazi Germany is they got kicked out of the spot they were before, some Russian shit. And they tried to kill the Russian Tsar, and they were starting to they were running the bag up in Russia, in Germany, and Hitler was speaking against it. At first, it wasn't popular, but Hitler started speaking all this stuff. Hey, why they over here? They control our media. They do basically all the same stuff that happened now. He was talking, got the crowd on his side, and then after a while, he started telling them. He started saying, we need these people to get out of here. He was asking. Hitler was the one that originally thought of Israel, try to get them out. He was trying to find a spot to remove the Jews out their country and move them to another place. They were thinking of Utah at one point, different places. They were thinking of different spots to place them at. And then they finally made the deal to end up doing Palestine. But long story short, the Jews of Germany had already won, basically was winning the World War I or something like that, coming back from that. And the Jews from over here, the U.S. said, "We'll back up. We'll help. We'll come back there and help you. In return, we'll draw U.S. into the war. And return, well, if we U.S. win, you give us Palestine." And that's what happened. That's why the whole world, because at first the whole world was just letting Germany rock. They're letting them boys run through Russia and shit like that, do whatever they want. It wasn't until they got, you know what I'm saying, they kind of got back dealed. And they got pressed by both ends, and the whole world turned on them. And the crazy thing about World War II
sounds like today's China.
China. See, here's the thing: the world. China's been around since then too. So it's really like on 3-4 superpowers: China, Russia. You know what I'm saying? Those the old ones, and then you have the kingdom. So we're an offshoot of the kingdom. Not the kingdom. We're an offshoot of UK and shit like that. Europe and shit like that. So that's what I'm saying. But China has no problem falling back. They're in the long game. This is the oldest dynasty around. So as you can see, they ain't been in any war in the last 20 years. They just play their position. They doing everything. Everyone's shit for the cheap. Now they powered up. Now they the big dog. Russia ain't got no problem. They'll wait it out. It's one leader at a time. They you know what I'm saying, they're a different type of white. But he was saying, and meanwhile, and then you have the European kingdom. They've been entrenched with the Jewish stuff since back then. They used to call a position called the Jew of the court. These are the people that was lending money to the banks. So these people are basically funding countries. If you get the real crux of it, even coming to America, all that stuff like that, they say these stuff are privately owned by banks and all that stuff. All these expeditions when they're sending out Columbus out or different stuff, this is all by design. You know what I'm saying? They got us thinking that we out here fighting for a new world, but really all it was is England and those shit getting rid of their lower class citizens, shedding the dead weight. You know what I'm saying? Because they were against them, and then letting them flush out and build out the new land, which would be U.S.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You consistently want to call the Americans the pieces of shit of the UK.
Yeah, that's what it is, and just like how they look at I found out from the races where they look at the blacks as we're the pieces of shit of Africa. They're like, that's why they can't get right, because these are like the top quality people. These are like the people that got enslaved, that were caught by other tribes. You know what I'm saying? They're like if that's the case, then all of America, I said that before, is made up of
it's a shithole country.
That's what we brought up. Yeah, we were brought up with the fuck ups of different empires, and we made it into a melting pot, which makes even more true if you think about it. The Irish came here, they're treated horrible. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Although they all came here poor and destitute. A lot of them, when they're coming through the Ellison Island trying to make a new way, what kind of person is going to come from a whole different country with nothing but pennies in his pocket looking for a new way? A broke motherfucker. Rich people ain't doing no shit like that. They gonna how you go out there and set it up, and they gonna come there proper. That's how it goes.
Rich people gonna come afterwards.
Yeah, when the play's ready to set, they're not gonna sit there and suffer through it.
They gonna send you to gentrify the area.
Yeah, they say get that shit right for us. Scalp a couple Indians, get that shit smoothed out. But when you do your history and shit online, that should be crazy though. Like a lot of part that's left out, like you said, there were black folks in America back then. That shit, none of that shit's in the books.
When you're gentrifying an area, do you get rid of the people first, or do you change the area first?
It's dope how they go about it. There's an art to running shit though. When you take over in an area, you don't want to change everything out. So whatever structure they have, you want to keep that in place. You kill all the men, and you marry your new men in the prominent position of the old of the. So if there are princesses and queens, you kill all their men, and you put your guys in their position. Marry into your thing. So now your guys marry into the old power structure. You get it?
Okay, but I was talking about like in modern today.
That's still today. Same shit.
No, I'm talking about like just like neighborhood gentrification. Like Juno came to Temple Terrace. We had lunch the other day during my lunch break, and we were eating at some place called, what was it called? Holy Fry.
Holy Fry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I had never seen that place before, but it's right across the street. I guess that street that we was on, right on the other side of the street is Temple Terrace. The street we were on is like Tampa. But they're like fixing up the other side of the street, the Temple Terrace side. But the people that's you still see in that area are very, very much so East Tampa still.
They'll get them out of there. The way they do them is because you already know a lot of those people are renters, shit like that. They're just gonna start raising up the rent. They're gonna start raising up the property taxes. It's not even that,
Nate. All they have to do is clean up the area, and niggas and poor people want to run away.
No, that ain't what happened. It ain't what happened. It ain't just that they want to run away.
It's like
that's part of the byproduct. When they clean up the area, they also raise the taxes.
It's like in the hood that in certain cities, some people never go across the train tracks.
Yeah, it's psychological.
Yeah, because across the train track looks better
that's
than
where the money at.
Where you live at.
Yep.
Yeah, they feel like they're not supposed to be there.
Exactly.
They know. They already know.
So that's what I was saying. So in that sense of gentrification, they're not getting rid of the people first. They're just adding new things, new nicer things in the area, and then eventually the people will stop showing up.
No, they start over policing the area.
No, they'll leave Swerve once the shit gets nice and clean. They'll be like,
they're not leaving because it's nice and clean.
Nigga,
we were sitting down, and just the little 30 minutes we were sitting down at this restaurant. I swear I seen at least 2 girls walk by with like just their underwear, literally just a bra and like some underwear, not boy shorts, like men's underwear, like men's tights, and this was their outfit walking around the streets. I said, this can't be life. What are we doing here?
I mean, they take a while. The thing about gentrification, also, all it is people just moving to one area, and once everybody get there, they move out again. Once that area gets hot, I'm saying, you can see Haitians doing different tiers do it. You imagine sometimes even with the Haitian community, you see like they'll move the area, they like it because they're like the only Haitian there, or the one or two. And then once the area gets busted with a whole bunch, they feel they got to move. It's the same shit. It's classism. People chasing to be close to the next class. Don't nobody want to be around the trash or the hood shit. And then you got folks that are hood adjacent, folks that are cool being in the hood. They don't mind it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, fuck all that shit we talking, bro. We've been talking about a whole lot of nothing for the past 30 minutes.
I had a good one, though, before you jump off that. Do you find yourself, because I seen one thing recently where Busta Rhymes had went to Africa. Mm-hmm. And he was saying how they were telling him, don't leave the embassy, don't leave the bases out there. But one of his homeboys just hopped out. He's like, nah, man, I want to be with the people out here. When you're in the embassy, you might as well be in the U.S. It don't make no damn difference when you're in the compounds. You're like, over there, you want to be with the people. And like, we do be afraid of our own people. Do you find that also like in the hood? You know what I'm saying? Like that?
I learned that
I feel like white folks be afraid of black folks, but they don't think that black folks are also afraid of black folks.
Yeah, I understand how black folks can be afraid of black folks, but I've been around the black folks that people are afraid of, and I know how to maneuver around them, so I'm not really afraid to be around them.
Maneuver around them? Is it still? But it's still, you know how to maneuver around something. You're still on guard though.
Of course, I'm on guard around everybody. You always got to be on guard.
Are you on guard on gentrified nice neighborhoods?
No,
because in that case, I'm
at home. I don't have none of that on guardness on me. I feel this
in a white gentrified neighborhood. I'm also on guard because then I feel like I'm the guy that they're afraid of, which makes me afraid because I'm afraid for you to be afraid of me because I know that means
that's just being a black guy. So that just makes sure I keep my distance. Ain't no white girl in front of me.
Yeah. So pretty much I'm always on guard.
Yeah, but there's levels to where I could be seen as a perpetrator versus where I could be a victim. I don't ever want to be the victim.
Yeah, I don't ever want to be a victim, and I go to you go to like there's especially in Tampa, there's like little hole in the wall bars. You know, it's still the 90s in there right now. You walk in there today, and it still feels like it's the 90s. People dress in baggy jeans, white tees.
Like you already know just from the ambiance when you walk in some area, you already know if shit jump off in here, you're not gonna talk to someone that's gonna be reasonable.
Exactly. I could go into a bar like that and I'd be okay. And I would be on guard, but I just know how to maneuver around that is what I'm saying.
I guess it's strange because some people
he's just saying that he knows how to be a nigga again and get out of being a nigga.
It's code switching,
We all know how to do that shit.
No, but there's still difference. But there's some, you know how we visit it. There's some people that don't mind just being around it. Like they'll live in it. They don't mind it. This is just how they live. You ever go like a homeboy's house and he's still like, he might be in the traps. You're like, damn, bro, you living like this? It's just normal to him now. You know what I'm saying? He's still around hood shit. After you've been away for so long, you can't I'll visit it, but I don't want to. I've never wanted to be in the hood the whole time. Like when niggas were talking about, I know Lake Worth's hood's completely different than like Hallelujah where they have project buildings and shit like that. Like when I used to see shit like that, I was like, I don't even see how people want to live there. You know what I'm saying?
Think of like a little hole in the wall, like on 45th Street or something. Juvenile's coming to perform. You know who's gonna be.
I'm there just for the performance, and
you're gonna be there. And people listen to you on this podcast, they wouldn't even know that you have a set of goals right now. Yeah. You would pop them bitches in right now. You go in that bitch with your big ass polo shirt, and that's you code switching because you know.
But what I'm saying is, I can visit my peoples. Some of my because niggas is a spectrum of black. You know what I'm saying? Black folks like that. Like, there's different tiers of black folks. Niggas is an absolute version of black, and it comes from they are niggas,
and all blacks can switch into that spectrum and be perfectly fine.
Not all. There's some niggas that are niggas full time.
Yeah, some people is hard.
They don't know how to. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to code switch at work. It's like they at full time. They love their people. That in itself is.
But you can get like a Steve Urkel to turn into like a Ice Cube. No pressure.
Sure, there's a few of those. I think. Okay, here's the point I'm making. A lot of Islanders, because that in itself might be white power structure. We kind of look down or snobbish on the nigga culture, this, then, and third, or the lowest, the criminal culture, while versus the folks that are here, there's some folks that this is all they know. That's what they brought up in. You know what I'm saying? They're you know what I'm saying, and they're not ashamed of it. It's not just something for them to visit. They love it. They have the Kool-Aid. Yeah. They have the cookouts.
Hustling is a cool thing. Pimping is a cool thing.
Even
being
if they
a gangster is a cool thing.
Even if they go to work, they right back. They cool with just going right back in the hood. They like being amongst their people, being on like whenever I'm in a broke down hood area. All I see is maybe opportunity. Like, damn, I could turn that building into a rental. But I'm never thinking I need to live there. But some motherfuckers like, oh man, the rent's there cheap. I have no problem. I want to live there. I don't mind. Whenever I'm seeing burglar bars in the window, I like nice shit. Maybe that's just me. Them white folks had me hooked.
They like nice shit too. That's why they got the burglar bars in their window. They don't want their shit to get stolen.
Listen, but then I also, like I said, but then I like being around, like, because it's so rare. So whenever I'm like around my folks or black folks, or I guess there's cheers. When I went to that Sexy Red concert, that was the next level ratchetness.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be around fun time with these blacks.
Yeah.
What you mean by fun time?
Like a party,
just having a party pop off,
a festival type shit, something of enjoyment.
Okay, but there's levels of which blacks are you talking about though?
The niggas.
The niggas, you turn up with them. It's so rare you get to do it that if everyone's in good behavior, like this is dope. I want my
if you get niggas at like a Chris Brown concert, you're gonna have a good time. But you get niggas like depending on the environment.
Yeah,
a small hole in the wall, and then you have like a Webby or something. Yeah, now it's not gonna exactly. Niggas not here for a fun time no more.
Exactly.
I came here for a fun time, but this is no longer as a fun time. They're gonna step on my J's. Now somebody's gonna get shot.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, so and then you still have people talking about we going to the club and it's a hole in the wall. Like, bro, I'm too old to be going to hole in the wall clubs, dog. You know what I'm saying? That shit's kind of sketchy. When you're younger, you used to love that shit.
Yeah, at this age, you got to say, if they ain't got valet, I ain't going.
Exactly. So the shit is crazy. But either way, yeah, like I was saying, yeah, that was one of like, yeah, there's very few places you get to be around nigga shit like that, especially because we get discriminated on the most. Clubs have certain nights for us. They tax us the most. The whole experience is kind of fucked up. But if you could get to be around your folks and they're also in good standings or they have a good time, it should be lit.
If they're on good behavior.
But like you said, it's a whole spectrum of black people, so it's not just going out. You just got to know what type of crowd you're going out to.
I mean, adult blacks all day long. If you ever go to like an R&B concert or a grown and sexy concert, those shits be lit. You're gonna get more of a adult black. But even those, you still might find some old hood niggas, a couple hood niggas. They on their grown man shit.
You're getting to the point where you can't even mix that regular. You have to go to adult. Like they got like 40, 45 and older, 50 and older. That's where you got to start going to soon.
I don't think I'm going to go to that. But see,
because the spots you go to, the 18 and up still go there. Like 21 and up are still in those buildings.
But then if you're doing island music, like
they be in there.
If you're doing those don't have like an age range. When they doing compound concerts and shit like that, they blend both the young ones with the old ones.
That's what I'm saying. We're getting to the age where you got to start staying away from these young girls. You see how they got Shannon.
Word to Shannon. Word to my nigga Shannon. You might as well go on and speak on that, youth.
They got they say that the the contract he was supposed to be getting with ESPN that's off the table now. 100 M's.
No, well, the 100 M's was coming from for his podcast, not for ESPN.
Okay.
He just stepped down. He stepped down from ESPN.
I never understood the whole stepping down thing. Somebody's gonna have to fire me. Ain't no stepping down. Even when I'm doing slimy shit at work, and then the boss be looking at me in the eye, and I'm thinking he might know what I'm doing. I don't know, but if he don't say nothing, I ain't say nothing.
What the hell you be doing?
Come on, man. You think I'm gonna tell on myself?
Yeah, what I look like.
What I look like? What I look like? Nigga probably listening to me right now.
Trying to build that case.
I'll build a case on me.
So Shannon Sharpe steps down from ESPN. What does that mean? Because he was only on ESPN for 3 days a week.
They're probably gonna they're probably waiting before they.
So he's still doing the pod with Ocho Cinco?
Yeah, he's still doing Nightcap. He's still doing Club Shay Shay. Because that's where the 100M was supposed to come from his production companies.
Mm-hmm.
The Club Shay Shay, the Nightcap, shit like that.
I mean, if he's still doing the shows, he's still getting paid, right? He's still making money off these shows.
Well, that's the thing. They saying he's losing a lot of advertisement and shit like that. So
what does that mean? I never understood what that means anyway. We don't have any advertisement, and people are free to come watch us, listen to us anytime they want to.
Yeah, but when you getting a lot of listeners, you got advertisers that want to sponsor your podcast, and that's where you get your money from.
Okay, so now they're gonna have less sponsors, which means less money.
Exactly.
But the same amount of viewers, though, right?
Yeah, if you get the viewership, the numbers he's doing, if that shit's independent, the niggas is making a killing.
If you get the viewers, they stay, and you don't need the advertisers. But where do you make money from? Because you're still putting it out on a free platform.
Yeah. How many advertisers are they? Like on one episode, I might hear like 2 commercials. 2-3 commercials.
Yeah, but it's what you're selling for that slot for. They can wax for it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got talking millions of views, that Cat Williams interview was massive for him. And Shannon played himself, man. I don't know. We'll see how it works out for him. Sometimes this is par for the course. It'll go away over time.
Nate, how long we been doing this podcast?
I don't know. I don't keep track though. About 5 years.
Remember, have I not told people don't trust white women?
Yeah, that is a thing you used to stay by for sure.
I remember that. I remember that.
This is 7-8 years ago, bro.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a long time.
Niggas still out here getting caught up with white women, bro. Niggas deserve that shit.
Is this for white men also, that they shouldn't trust white women?
Yes.
Nobody, or is it just black men?
It should be nobody.
It's everybody, bro.
Yeah, because white men come down to fall for what the Me Too movement was hitting white men right and left. You know, it's still very much so.
And that was mostly white women.
The white women tears could
bro,
wreck
I'm
your
telling
whole
you,
life.
it's white women, bro. You can't trust white women.
Here's my thing. I wonder, do white women, do they ever feel a type of way with this narrative being out?
What do you mean?
The narrative is not out that much.
That I can't be trusted, that we're manipulating, that we might try to get one up you and lie about shit like that.
I don't know. I don't think they believe that. I don't think they believe the narrative.
Do you think they just believe the believe all women trope? Maybe it's a privilege that they have as well. It's like a privilege.
Probably. They don't even see it. Yeah, it's not.
But it's not only white women. It's a default by women in general. So it's not even white women, because a woman in general. Look at that one girl that worked for that was with skipping them boys. What was her name? What was that?
Joy.
Joy. You seen her plan talking about I could just all words come to words. I could just saying that.
She was part white though.
Is that what? That's where I come from. Listen, plenty.
That's her white side.
Listen, plenty of these black guys get jammed up by young girls or girls in general lying after the fact. Women in general know that's one of their privileges.
Superpowers.
Yeah, one of their superpowers.
You can always cry wolf.
You can always cry wolf, dog. So
always.
And that's why I'm very big.
Because you can say consensual all day, but when it's just 2 people,
That's why I'm very big on against that whole calling guys pedos or rapists. Nigga ain't been charged yet. This culture of throwing that jacket on anybody like it's nothing. Like that shit could be thrown on anybody at any time if you're a guy. Like I don't get why we play into that role, but like let these girls out there, let that be their thing. Like you know how they call anything guy do sassy. Let them throw on that label. We can't be entertaining it with them calling guys the same stuff that these women put that jacket on them on. When I see motherfuckers out here trying to, I'm like, oh, your president, he's a rapist, off of some 20-year-old charge. Come on, man. Let's be serious.
It's stated in the Bible. Women are wicked.
Lord knows.
It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
Lord knows.
The Bible is still very much problematic with itself. It's very much, like I said, you see, it's meant to keep up the patriarchy. You see, even the Bible, it's whatever system has in place, it's meant to keep everything the same.
Mm-hmm.
New people be trying to work some new ones in, bringing in female reverends and now allowing gay marriage, all this other shit. They be trying to remix it, but
that fugazi shit.
That fugazi shit. That ain't that real.
All right,
that ain't that uncut.
Sticking in sports, we didn't talk about Shedeur.
What does this mean?
Getting
when the
abused
second
in the draft,
the top two, there's him, Shedeur, and what's his name, Cam Ward were the top two prospects for sure out of QBs in this draft. Cam Ward was the first QB drafted.
Number one
pick. Shedeur went 5 rounds, didn't get picked to the 5th round. I mean, every team passed on him at least 5 times. Well, some teams didn't have multiple drafts, but every team passed up on him multiple times. And then he ended up getting picked by the Cleveland Browns, who was also the same team that a couple of months earlier, Deion Sanders was caught on tape saying this Cleveland Brown is the worst place to send any young rookie QB. And that's the place that they ended up sending his son.
Humble my dog.
Humble.
Yeah, bro, that shit was crazy.
There's some people crying racism. I don't know how it's racism.
You don't see? You don't see?
I can see.
I don't want to see how
I can see the racism in it.
I can. I would. Maybe you don't want to use the word.
The reason I can see the racism in it is because Archie Manning and the Manning family.
Well, they're saying he's nowhere as good as the Manning kids, though.
They no. Oh, he's better.
No,
than Eli.
The difference between Archie Manning was Archie told them that they didn't want his son going to this one specific team.
He said the West Coast.
It was like 6 teams that he said they will not play on these teams.
What was it? What was his planning about? He didn't want to go anywhere that was snowing. I don't get. What was the what was his issue?
His dad told them people, if you're on the West Coast, don't draft him. He's not going.
Pretty much.
So he was dictating where he's going in the draft.
He didn't say where he was going.
All right.
But listen to that compared to this is what Shedeur says. If this is a quarterback who's lost like almost half of his games the last year, and the year before he's playing at Jackson State, no competition. He says if you don't want someone that's gonna come in and change the culture of your locker room, then don't draft me. This is what he said.
I think about to run shit. What's the problem?
He said, "Don't." This is not what you say to people who have a winning.
Where did he say this?
I could find it, but he definitely said it at some type of press conference. He was in front of microphones speaking to it and said, "If you don't want to change your organization."
I thought it was one of those anonymous sources.
Nah, this is him on video saying this. I'm gonna see if I can find it though. But yeah, this guy's. He acts like he's acting like his dad, but he's not his dad.
He did pretty well in college, right? He even retired his jersey.
Listen, just imagine Deion Sanders is at the level of LeBron James. He's like number 1 or number 2 when it comes to the greatest of all time. Mm-hmm. And Shedeur is not nowhere. He's not even nowhere near that level.
But I don't get this. People
he's not supposed to. He's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, but why is he speaking like he is? He needs to come out. He needs to come out the way that Bronny James come out.
Nah, because he's way better than Bronny James. Bronny James isn't
compared to his dad,
the second best player to come out of college. This, that, and third.
No,
even though I hear Bronny James,
he's definitely better at football than Bronny.
Okay,
at basketball.
But listen, the person who got picked number 1, listen to him in an interview. And listen to how humble this guy is.
He gotta be humble. Shedeur
he don't gotta be humble. He's the number 1 pick.
Shedeur been rich his whole life.
What does Rich have to do with coming onto a team?
He has no reason. And then on top of that, not only has he been rich his whole life, he's still played the game from his dad and still be the best out of all these other players.
Now, look at this from the vision of these owners.
That's what I'm saying. That's
these owners that are richer than him. You think they care about him being rich?
So the it's like he's paying a cost for his dad. He's paying a cost because they don't like the system. But I don't think it's for something that he did. Because you don't go from being number 1 and they let you lose all the way out to number 5. Those guys are kind of like, man, don't pick him up. Don't pick him up. They gotta agree that we're just not gonna pick him up.
It was definitely a blackball agreement. Like everybody was like, hey, we're not doing this. Yeah, we're not gonna pick him. And if we do pick him, it's gonna be late.
It's gonna be Cleveland. Yeah,
it's gonna be Cleveland. It's gonna be late round.
Because Cleveland picked up 2 quarterbacks before they picked them up.
Mm-hmm. So now he's their 4th. And the quarterbacks they picked before him were trash.
So you already
Cleveland has 5 quarterbacks.
Here's what's going to happen. He'll either get traded to another team or he's going to work his way up and become proving himself. So we already know the story's going to be fulfilling regardless. He's going to come back up and prove himself. But
he's they got him at a
discount. They got him at a discount. And the shit's fucked up. But, they want to. It's like some people feel like he should be humbled. I don't know. You crazy. You got.
I definitely feel like he's humbled now because after he done got the call from the Cleveland Browns, he sounded very humble.
You seen the kid that gave them the fake prank call? That he got drafted?
That kid, he's the son of like a coach or something like that.
He's the son of a defensive coach that I think he plays at Ole Miss. He's a football player as well.
Yeah, someone need to slap fire in his ass.
Well, the league the NFL fined the Falcons $250,000 and him $100,000.
Yeah, like the dad? Do they even know each other? How you play with me like that?
No, I guess
he got the number.
He got the number off of iPad, and
I better not ever see you in the same field as me again. I better not ever see you in the same field you play. So you got that's even worse. You don't even know me and you playing games like this.
Exactly.
I don't think nothing. Well, I mean, besides the fine, 100,000, that's a lot. Is that a good enough? Is that a good enough punishment?
Nah, that nigga should be fired.
That shit's thrown.
How you let your son just take our confidential information and just run loose with it?
Record it,
do dumb shit. That person should be fired for negligence.
Yeah. Nobody should be able to get into that laptop.
Yeah, that nigga bugging. So, but I think Shedeur is gonna have a decent career.
Yeah, he just has to get a chance to play, and I'm sure. And if he shines when they give him that chance, that opportunity, then nobody's gonna be able to deny that this guy was just definitely done dirty. Because after this, I'm still hearing people say, well, he was really not that good. I was like, don't tell me he wasn't that good. When people need quarterbacks, there's plenty. Miami needs a quarterback. Why Miami ain't get him?
Miami sticking with the nigga
that get concussed every time he get on the field.
Yeah, that dude. So. But Swerve, this was a question for you, bro.
What's the question?
After watching the Heat get swept, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is Heat culture dead? I know that's your team and shit. Is Heat culture dead?
As long as Pat Riley is alive, Heat culture is not dead. Heat culture is just a hard-nosed way of playing basketball. They kind of do it like a military type way of playing basketball, which is hard to do to get millionaires to buy to play into that way. But it starts with the star. The star has to buy in, and you can't just put any star in Miami and think that Heat culture is going to be alive. Because right now we got two all-stars, Bam and Tyler Hero. Ain't no Heat culture right now because we don't have When Jimmy was there, I would say, yeah, we have to have that hard-nosed superstar that anchors your offense and your defense. We had D-Wade, we had LeBron, we had Jimmy, we had Alonzo Mourning, we had Udonis Haslem. I feel like if I had to name a few players right now that are stars and are Heat culture, I would say Jalen Brunson, he's Heat culture.
I can see that.
Jaylen Brown, he's Heat culture.
I see that.
Jaden McDaniels, he's Heat culture.
I don't be watching McDaniels.
Dog. There's just it takes certain types of players and Miami always finds those type of players. They find those type of players, and then they do the same thing that Golden State does, the same thing that the Spurs do, find no names out of the G League or out of the country and turn them into superstars.
Swerve, that shit dead, nigga.
Yeah,
listen, let me tell you.
That Heat culture.
I just gave you a great answer. Let me give you something else. Dame just got hurt right now, Achilles injury. Giannis wants to win championships. He's not staying in Milwaukee, seeing what's about to happen right now. They're about to be in a rebuild. He's not going to stay there and rebuild. Giannis is Heat culture. A player that is there to win, plays hard on both sides every play. That's Heat culture.
If Heat culture is all around the league except in Miami, Heat culture is dead, nigga.
It just takes certain types of players to get into that system. Right now, they don't have those players, but we've had times when we was trash because we didn't have that superstar type of Heat culture player. But it comes in waves. Giannis coming soon. Don't worry. Yeah. To all the Heat fans out there, Giannis coming soon.
Pat Riley.
I mean, I remember people believing in the Heats my whole life, and I remember when we finally got one, thanks to D-Wade. You know what I'm saying? But I remember Heats always being the team that just almost
give Shaq no credit.
Yeah, Shaq was good.
Shaq was there. I'm just saying.
Shaq was an older Shaq. Shaq is like it's like if the Lakers won this year, people wouldn't really give LeBron credit. They'd say it was Luka's ring. That's how it was. It was D-Wade's ring. Shaq was there.
Absolutely D-Wade's because the whole team gave up on them. Shaq wasn't even in the. Remember they pulled out everyone. D-Wade might have been the only starter. They were supposed to. Remember that one game when they brought it back and they ended up winning that series.
I don't know why we talk sports with Nate.
Yeah, because he be making no sense to me.
Am I making that up?
I don't really know what you're talking about.
Watch sports so sparingly. Some stuff stick out to me. If anything, it means more to me. You guys probably take it for granted because y'all watch it all the time.
I just don't know what you're talking about.
I remember the Heats being during the championship, the first Heats.
First of all, you gotta stop saying Heats. That's why we can't take you serious.
The Heat.
You keep saying Heats.
Listen, y'all want listen, y'all want the proper terms. You're trying to get my point across.
Go ahead, give me the facts. Give me the facts.
I remember said game. Mm-hmm. I remember said game, and they remember the Heats were down. They took out most of their starters. D-Wade was the last one that came. It might have been like third quarter. He was still out there balling. It's not until he started bringing it back, busting ass that they now brought Shaq back. They brought Shaq. Pulled Shaq off the bench, brought him back, and they came back, and they ended up coming back and winning that series. But the Heats were supposed to lose that series. This was before, because we got one with D-Wade, and I think they lost after that. They ended up winning again when they got LeBron. But remember that one, the year that they did win that year, that series, if you look at the score in the beginning, the Heats was losing the series, and then D-Wade brought it back.
Okay, I don't remember that, but yeah, that makes sense. That sounds like D-Wade.
That's how it was, but if you remember, like I said, growing up as a Floridian, I remember teams like Miami Heat and Miami Dolphins. There's loser teams that we just support forever just for being Floridians. These niggas have never proven. They never really got shit done. It was always a big ramp up, and a dud. Ramp up, and a dud.
I know a guy who
became winners. Once we became winners, and everything lined up. Once we became winners after D-Wade, then we got the two with LeBron. Then that same year, the Marlins won.
Florida does good in college.
Huh?
Florida's teams do good in college.
Yeah, our college teams do good. Yeah, that's why college is huge in Florida. College football in itself is on thing.
If you're just talking about Florida general, we win a lot. Tampa Bay wins a lot. The Lightning win a lot. The Bucks win a lot. The Dolphins have the only perfect Super Bowl.
That's the only thing we ever had growing up.
Okay,
perfect Super Bowl.
The list is still going. The list is still going. Miami has the only one. We have the Heat that has multiple rings.
Yeah, that didn't happen. That's what I'm saying. I remember when it happened. The Heat didn't have it up until D-Wade. The Heat didn't have it until D-Wade. And then I remember that was the same year that the Marlins also won. And that's when they ended up changing the name. That's when that was the whole thing. They started changing things from, instead of being Florida Marlins, they ended up making it Miami Marlins. They try to
we need to stop using this term several, right? For only 3.
Oh, several is more than 2.
But several. When you say several, you looking at 5, 7.
Nah, because once you get several. 3, you're a dynasty. If you do 3, is it 3? You have to get 3 back to back to be a dynasty, or is it just as long as you got 3, you're considered a dynasty?
Nah, you got to have multiple at back to back. You get 3.
You get a dynasty. You need 3, right?
You need at least 3, yeah, to be considered a dynasty. Yeah,
if you 3,
but they have to be back to back.
Yes, back to back. Because you're not going to get one in 2004, then get one in 2020, and then get another one.
Let's say it's in 10 years. If
you win 3
4 or 5
years,
championships, I'd still think you'd
consider you a dynasty.
Yes, I think
you have to be the same team at least, because rosters change very often.
Yeah, if it's the same team, yeah, or if it's the same core.
Because you can call Steph Curry's shit a dynasty, but if they win this year, the players on this team have nothing to do with the shit that the first ring had did. Like, those guys are been long gone. Livingston and Iguodala and all those Barnes. Yeah, them dudes.
Who you championing for this season?
Celtics.
I
hate the Celtics.
Lakers are out. Everyone's out. You going for the Celtics?
I feel like the Celtics still have the best team,
I'm gonna give
OKC.
No,
Cleveland.
The Timberwolves.
I think the
Timberwolves gonna get it this year, bro.
I feel like they have the best player. They have the best playoff player, which is Ant-Man. He's the best playoff player this year.
Talking cash shit right now.
Yeah. He's
sending legends out.
He's like in Mamba mode right now. He's killing everybody.
I'm telling you, I'm thinking that nigga gonna do it, bro.
But I still feel that the Celtics have the best team. They have the best team. They got
Golden State could pull this off.
Anything's possible with Steph, but once they meet a team that plays defense, it's gonna be hard for them. And a team that plays defense is gonna be Minnesota, OKC, Celtics.
So either way, are we looking like at a very? Because I know people are always complaining, depending on the lineup of the finals this year, that the NBA kind of, some people feel like it's kind of rigged. People saying if it's a boring lineup, people not going to watch it.
It can't be rigged, because if it was rigged, the Lakers would have made it past the first round.
Exactly. It's kind of crazy getting out this early, but
Giannis wouldn't get bounced in the first round for the 3rd time in a row if it was rigged.
Remember, they're calling him the GOAT not too long ago.
I mean, when he was the MVP, he was definitely the best player in the world.
Heard anybody call Giannis the GOAT?
No, not the GOAT, but he was definitely, at one point, he was the best player in the league.
They're calling him not the GOAT. Yeah,
he was the best player. He was the best player in the world.
Yeah,
and then recently, now it's just Joker. Joker's the best player in the world. People don't even think about Giannis as the best player in the world no more. He's still, because Giannis is still doing the same things that he was doing when he was MVP.
A lot could happen in one season, though. You have one good year, and now is your year. You don't get to get it back.
Yeah, but people's not gonna call you a GOAT when you got one championship, and then it seems like we all figured you out.
And you're being swept. You're being not swept, but you're being bounced in the first round by the same team.
Yeah, multiple years in a row.
Multiple years, yeah, that's just crazy.
Okay, which Which superstar, I would say, traditional superstar, not none of these new guys, do you think still have a chance of getting one ring before they leave the league? Or do you think can they salvage it like some of it he already got plenty? Do you think like Harden could somehow, not this season, I'm just saying, you think he could somehow retire? Somehow
all those guys, where's Harden going to go? Where would Harden go to get a ring?
So it's over for him. That's what you're saying? So
it's not over for him because it's possible the Clippers might win this year. I really don't know who's going to win the championship this year.
Clippers about to get bounced tonight.
Are they?
Yeah, the series is 3-2 and they play tonight.
Oh, yeah? Kawhi was looking really good. I don't know what the hell's up with Kawhi right now. This guy looked like...
Yeah, the first 2 games he looked very good. Then shit went downhill.
Remember when Kawhi was getting all the props at one point with being being the best in the league?
One of the best. He was never the best. He's never been the best player in the league.
They're talking crazy when they beat the what was it, the Lakers?
Well, because a nigga comes to your team one year and bring you a championship and bounce, they're gonna talk about you.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's over with. The NBA did want to try to.
That is some GOAT type shit, bro. To do.
Because that's like Kobe type shit.
He said he didn't want to be there. Stayed there, got over championship and dip. All right, y'all. I'm good.
He wasn't the man. He wasn't. At one point, Tim Duncan was the man on his team, but during Tim Duncan's older years, he was the Finals MVP. He was the guy that got it done in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Then Tim Duncan left, and he was the guy. He didn't get a ring after Tim Duncan left, but he ended up going to Toronto and got a ring 1 year, easy.
He should have stayed though. That's how it goes. It's a rule though. Don't leave until the thing's broken. You don't know how much time you'll be able to run it back. As soon as you fall off, then dip off. But it don't make no sense that he left that.
I wonder who won the year after that.
After Toronto?
Yeah. Was that the bubble ring?
No.
It might have been, yeah. It could have been. So it would have been Lakers.
Maybe Golden State. Because the bubble ring was just 3 years ago.
Bubble ring was 2020. Yeah, 2020. So I want to say the Toronto ring was 2019. Yeah, it could have been.
So what I'm saying, so you don't think any of these old MVPs have stand a chance?
KD's done.
It's if
Russell,
it'll be Westbrook winning one with Denver. If Denver pulled it off this year.
Any of these old guys you're thinking of, they're not going to be the reason. They're going to be
D-Rose.
D-Rose retired.
Oh my, see,
I didn't know status. I didn't know if he was still playing. I know D-Rose was saying what I'm saying.
He said, "You see." MVPs to get rings. Embiid, I don't even know if Embiid's ever going to get a ring. Paul George is not going to ever get a ring. He's going to be one of those guys. He's not going to get a ring.
He's the favorites of all these younger players.
Not getting a ring. I don't even see somebody, and I know it's early in their careers right now. I don't even see somebody like John Morant getting a ring. Zion. There's a lot of stars I see not getting rings.
Zion's over with.
Yeah, Zion's over with. That nigga got too much problems off the court.
But he still has a lot of talent. I could see him in a couple years just putting all this shit behind him and just playing basketball. He might not be the same superstar he was, but
he was first round draft pick, wasn't he?
Number one.
Who went behind him?
Pause. Lonzo Ball. LaMelo Ball. Yeah.
Now LaMelo's balling.
Mm-hmm. Zion's still better than LaMelo, though.
If he could ever stay healthy.
Both of them very injury prone.
Them niggas get buckets, bro.
The Ball brothers or Zion and LaMelo?
LaMelo.
Is that it? Recommendations?
Did y'all cover everything? Y'all can go
Nah.
on recommendations.
Fuck out of here.
I decided I was trying to put my oldest son. I'm trying to put him on the hip hop a bit more. He's going he doesn't really pay attention to music. He let every now and then. So I'm trying to like I said, try to let him know this art form.
What you try to introduce him to?
I'm trying to think how I want to go about it. I'm probably gonna make him go battle rap first. So that's why I want to ask you guys, what are your favorite battle raps? So I remember some. I'm trying to think those crazy Murder Mook versus Low Deluxe. That was a good one, or Low Deluxe versus Hollow Dawn.
I just remember a line that goes beam bop boom bop boom bop bam. The type of shit I'm on you wouldn't understand.
That's not really battle rap.
That's not.
I'm talking about like the actual battle raps, not the.
I don't really know, but I don't really know battle rap like that.
It's a culture, man. Battle rap is to the.
I would think if I was gonna introduce him to rap, I would just introduce him to just somebody like a Ludacris or
That's exactly why I was going with Ludacris. You want someone that's kind of witty, pull him in. Like, okay, this dope. Okay, this is why I like the art. It's not just because he'll make jokes. Oh, what's really about hip hop music? They're just talking about violence. I'm like that's for outsiders. I don't know a damn thing. This is probably like the highest level of audio entertainment you could get. Is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? These are poets.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with some Ludacris.
That's why I feel Luda. But I was like, if not, I could do battle rap because the battle rap you kind of have to be, you kind of be smart or kind of know about everything, and then that way you can catch the bars they're saying, and even those be layered. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why the smarter you are, the more you love battle rap, or the more you know about everything, the more you're gonna love battle rap, and even that's gotten to different levels where they do tag teams.
So you think a younger kid will be able to get some of these things, some of these lines? Because I think some grown-ups don't get these lines sometimes.
It depends on the battle rap artist, because some artists could make it. It depends on the scheme. I've seen, some could make it about, like I've seen some do like different Marvel characters. It's like I've seen battle raps where they do one where they do compliment on battle rap. So you have to. You have to compliment. Like that shit's fucking crazy. That one's dope. You have to just
those be the best ones.
Yeah, that one's dope. I've seen male versus female. Those ones are hard to watch, though. Those niggas do not let up on those.
Disgusting.
That shit is disgusting. That shit is straight.
You get hit
that's what Melville watches to go to sleep. He's like, oh, this is
you already know she's getting hit with that bitch as soon as that
all
nigga
sorts of bitches.
Bad body bitch.
I like
big
Jesus.
bad body bitch.
I don't understand how you that girl's dude.
And you just sitting, standing right behind him, just arms folded.
That shit is tough. That shit, you gotta be thick-skinned there when they do when they try to do the battle of sexes. That in itself is a crazy one. Just the memorization, man. You know what I'm saying? And just the showmanship. Low Deluxe is probably the one I'm probably gonna find a couple of Low Deluxe. I don't want to sit them too early to like the goats like the Low Deluxe, like you gonna get this work. Remember that one was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga came in with the suit, the hearse. You know what I'm saying? I gotta find something that's kind of a bit funny at first.
You know who you should ask that, Nate?
Who?
The mayor from the Starting Five podcast.
Okay, perfect.
He's a good person. You could reach out to him. Hit him up on Instagram or something, bro.
Yeah, well.
He'll definitely send you in the right direction.
Yeah, I want to try to get him into that. Once you open your eyes and realize how. I remember when I realized how dope hip hop was, so I can imagine.
Kanye.
That's not a battle rapper. I want to put him I want to put him on through battle rap. Then he'll get more on through actual full hip hop. But if I was just doing hip hop, yeah, Kanye would be a good avenue. Ludacris. You want someone that's not too. Before you go straight lyrical, you kind of want it lightly weighted, then dope. Mm-hmm. Then you kind of bring him and saying that's why Ludacris would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Then
T-Pain.
Yeah. Then you go into the full on lyrical, heavy level. I mean, when you see motherfuckers that can make a movie from just their words, though, that Eminem, that's that Kendrick. There's layers of people that can paint a picture with just three verses and a hook, and you got a whole movie told to you. That shit is fucking incredible.
Those battle rappers on what's that Nick Cannon show?
Those are professional. A lot of them are professional battle rappers.
Yeah, I know those guys are. Yeah, Conceited. Those guys are probably. I feel like they're easy to understand.
Who's that one nigga super disrespectful from New Jersey?
He be on that show?
New Jersey work or
He's from New Jersey. He's a black battle rapper. He has dreads.
Arsenal?
He's Arsenal. That's a fucking phenomenal. Super disrespectful. I don't know that. That's another one you don't know how the shit he be saying in his battle raps. Like, it's hard. You don't understand how motherfuckers don't swing on him. Arsenal, K Solo. There's a few. I got to.
All right, what's going on in pop culture this week? What's this 100 men versus one gorilla or gorilla?
I don't know. Niggas, I don't know what niggas got in their head thinking that they could beat up a gorilla.
Listen, me and a couple of guys, dog.
I don't know. If you listen to the explanations some people give, I don't know. It sounds like some people think like really 20 dudes you can take out a gorilla if you really wanted to.
Not 20. 50
Bro.
at least, because 20 gonna have to die first.
Bare hands, no.
Oh, it's all the whole thing is always bare hands. I mean,
Yeah,
bare
they're saying
hands.
yeah,
Weapons,
the
they put smoke and
100.
shit,
Yeah, if it's weapon, if all of us had a shank, a knife, easy.
It's
100.
all bare hands.
Yeah, but our hands, our punches, you could think of the strongest punchers. First of all, it would have to be strong guys, not just no random guys. Like we can't have a bunch of like.
That's why I'm saying you need the first few gonna get killed, and then when he runs out of exhaustion, then you throw the people that the slug is gonna come in there. Like you know what I'm saying, hit him with a couple of mollywops.
Nobody in there could be less than 200 pounds. Nobody less than 220.
Nigga, it could be 100 of the best fighters ever
And it's still the same
known to mankind. They still getting their ass whooped.
What I hear though is that the gorillas they get tired very fast
because they have all that muscle. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
once they wore down,
but for like a good 1 minute, maybe a minute 30 seconds,
it's
they're gonna be killing people. They're gonna be breaking arms. They're gonna be snapping
ripping
necks.
limbs apart. Yeah.
Yeah,
People-
biting their teeth. Their teeth are like fucking tiger teeth. They have fangs, 2 big ass claws that'll just rip right into you.
Yeah, because people they've actually seen the other diagram today. They're talking about who would you rather face? They had the gorilla, the hippo, the tiger, and the gator. And people are like,
The hippo.
I'd rather do the hippo. I'm like, shit.
The hippo's the
has
meanest.
the most body count in the world.
The hippo's the
humans.
meanest.
Yeah, they kill like over 100 people a year, every year. Easily the meanest, easily the best. So like, don't fuck with the hippo. Your chance would probably be the tiger. The tiger, maybe. Or the gator.
Gator on land, easy.
The gator on land, yeah, that's gonna be easy. On the water, it's a fucking wrap. You know.
Yeah, you're done.
I saw the other day a gator grab the kid by the leg, and the people just filming and screaming like, "That's about
What
all
else can you do? Yeah, what else
that's all
can you do?
That's just a wrap.
That's what else you can do.
Diabolic.
That's just a wrap. She was doing all that screaming. I'm like, damn. The only thing you could do at that moment is hope someone throw you a gun so you can give it a dome shot right then. Because once that bitch goes to spinning.
Yeah.
And it started, the kid was screaming, it was pulling him more into the water. And it did the first little light spin. So the kid kind of still held on. But you know, they keep spinning is to rip the whole piece off.
That's a death roll.
The death roll. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I know people like, what's she recording? What's she yelling? I'm like,
What
can she really do? This is a wrap. This is all but a wrap at this point, dog.
I seen a video
going into the water, yeah.
I seen a video of a kid recording his homeboy jumped into like a river. And he thought he was gonna swim off to the side or something. That river just took him straight down, and he just kept recording.
Like that, but some people fuck around.
I was like, "What else? What else can you do but record? You just watch your friend just float away into the sunset."
The crazy thing about the gator is the fact that what's crazy is that there's millions of them right here in Florida. Like, it's not even like they're even ducked off. You think such a wild thing? We got to keep it contained. You really could go in your backyard or your cul-de-sac in your neighborhood in Florida and really find one of these giant ass shits.
Yeah,
but they don't really fuck with you like that though.
But if they do catch you, it's a wrap.
If you live in a community that has lakes, there's always going every now and then the gators.
There's gators, yeah. I've seen some in my community, shit like that, yeah.
I don't even have a lake around here. One time I seen a big ass gator. Well, my wife seen one just walking down the road.
That's what I'm saying. There's some shit out there like we be forgetting because we're through the city that is. But yeah, these shits is crazy. But gators to me seem like they just seem like they're out of their time. They don't belong in the 21st. You know what I'm saying? Where we at in this century to be that big, motherfuckers just walking amongst us.
He's probably here with the dinosaurs.
They said they were. I mean, gators are prehistoric. They've been around since dinosaurs. Them and birds. Either way, The 100 men thing, the memes you should have seen online was fucking hilarious. You know, black folks had that shit going off. Shit was funny though. Definitely hilarious. A lot of people thinking they could do a lot of damage more than they could.
After the gorilla gets tired, I could see like 10 dudes holding him down while another at least 3-4 dudes is standing at the head, just stomping on his head. Full force.
Listen, them gorillas get tired when they're not in flight or fight mode. Let that gorilla snap into fight mode. That nigga gonna whoop everybody ass.
That's what I'm saying.
Tired.
How long is he gonna take before he not? So that means if there was 1,000 people, he would never get tired.
When you in that fight versus flight, and you decide to fight,
eventually you get tired.
Yeah, he gonna get 2-3 minutes.
You ever been hanging off the edge of a cliff by your fingertips, and you're hanging on? You're like, dang, I'm 260 whatever pounds, and I'm holding on. But eventually, I'm gonna have to give up. There's nothing else I could do.
It's not like that. Just his build. It's all muscle, so it's just gonna be a lot of oxygen. It's just like watching the heavyweight boxers. After a while, you already know the later the round goes, the sorrier the fight is. It don't look as good. You're saying all that exhaustion.
They're very strong, but yeah, they don't have that stamina.
Yeah, they don't have endurance. Yeah, because a lot of oxygen have to go through the blood.
Because you got to think this silverback they're talking about is probably like 6'8", 590, almost 600 pounds probably.
Mm-hmm. All muscle, dog.
All muscle.
So
500 pounds jumping around. Yeah, you're gonna get tired.
And the humans can't try to use their
we just have to go
we're
in
gonna
waves.
send 20 at a time. No, it just needs to be 100 people inside a wide open area that you can see clearly. And that gorilla.
If it's one by one, and if it's one by one,
oh yeah, you're dying.
All 100.
All 100.
Even with us there, yeah, he has enough of them to kill all of them. But if we're sitting at like 10 at a time, I feel like after 50, he might be a little exhausted, he get a little winded. And I'm like, nah, I got your ass.
No, if you're sending 10 at a time, he's gonna kill 10 at a time. He's gonna kill all y'all 100 of y'all.
But I'm just feeling he's gonna after 50, he's exhausted. He's winded.
Oh, so then the 60,
and
the 60,
he's not gonna be winded because by the time you get the 50. The next people ain't just running in there.
Oh, that's another aspect. People also that
they gotta be prepared
the first 3. The 97 others just not gonna be like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good with you. So
the 7th group of 10, they have seen everybody die. They've seen everybody get tired. They're seeing how harder and harder it gets for the gorilla to beat everybody.
Okay.
So then he's like, all right, now it was kind of hard for him to beat group 50 and 60. Now they at us, we definitely got a chance.
It's going to take y'all so much. Y'all got to build up so much courage to go in that room after the 40. That gorilla's.
We're talking about going in the room. What if we're already in the room and there's 100 of us in the room and they just let the gorilla come in?
They just drop from the roof.
They just drop a gorilla at all of us. That's crazy.
I guarantee everybody in that room die except that gorilla.
Some animals just don't know the audacity of man.
Okay, just imagine 100 dudes built like The Rock.
I'm gonna see 100 dead rocks on the floor. What else y'all niggas got?
Recommendations?
We can do that.
No, I'm just playing. I don't know what we got.
I think I did everything on West Ham. I don't know if y'all had anything for hip hop this week.
Y'all didn't have no politics?
Yeah, Kanye shit.
Oh, Kanye shit.
Still going more and more on his rants, you know. Some sites say he came out as gay, but who knows?
We talked about that gay shit last week, bro.
Kanye no, but now they're talking about some he came out as gay.
Yeah.
I don't think he would come out as gay. I don't think he would do such a thing.
Yeah, he just commands. I think Kanye just knows how to command attention, shit like that.
But it looks like your boy Trump trying to get rid of taxes, baby.
Is that what he say?
That's what niggas talk. You know, niggas just be talking though.
Where you heard this from? Where's your source?
Trump. Himself.
He said that himself?
He said it himself.
I know he did that little 100-day interview the other day. I saw parts of it.
Trump's a wild boy.
Yeah.
Trump out here. The guy was like, oh, he has MS-13 title on his knuckles. And it told like, no, it says MS-13. Like, yeah, but that was Photoshop. You know, Trump is right. It's right and wrong at the same time. He don't have MS-13 on his knuckles. He has symbolic symbols that come out the MS-13. But Trump saw the photo of it. You know how they use the Photoshop and they put the thing so you can that decipher it. So he thinks that is also on the knuckle, the MS-13 as proof.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So either way,
he's an old man. What y'all expect?
Exactly. Yeah. But either way, they're trying to say this guy don't even know anything. I like give us a break. Regardless, it's proof this motherfucker's in it. Trump, whether Trump gets it or not, what do you want from this guy though? He's 77 years old. But you know, anytime the media has to try to make their narratives, you know how it goes. Mm-hmm. I don't really know how to make of it with Trump, with the whole shit, with the tariffs. Is that some people want us to panic in the short term, you know, as things are going up. You know, they're saying the ports are all dried up, this, that, and third, but, you know, we got to see.
Speaking of tariffs, how about Amazon said there was going to...
Yeah, that was one.
They was going to put the price you would have paid without the tariffs, and they show you why you're paying it and how much the tariff is. Yeah, there's a
little broad, like, you know how much was because of tariffs. You know, Trump had to get on the phone talking, what y'all doing over there? How y'all moving like that? Y'all moving like the ops.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're gonna have a price of.
They're gonna show you the price, and they're gonna show you this little bit. So it's because of the tariffs. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, like this.
So it's still gonna be. So if I'm buying something for $10, it's gonna show me $3. It would have been $7.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for these.
Yeah, Trump who asked for that, Trump? Why you
Amazon just Amazon grandstanding. Why don't you show us the price you paid for it?
Either way, Trump why you trying
and
to make
then
my
show
block
us
hot?
how much you selling it to us. Show us that 400% markup.
Exactly. That shit is crazy.
Why don't you do that? Trump got on the phone with that nigga and said, hold on, Playboy.
Hold on, Playboy.
I'm running a play here. You fucking my shit up.
Yeah, so they already know they're gonna did all that.
So they came out and said we don't plan on doing that. That was just what somebody said.
It is crazy to see, you know, like when, the American system does have a lot of bureaucracy in the way. Like anytime Trump tries to do something, you have another judge denying it. Like it's like almost like, what's the point of fucking being president? I can't get shit done. You know what I'm saying? Without y'all stopping and blocking, getting in the way. Like after a while, you go. After a while, I'm gonna have to become this dictator. Y'all want me to be. As much as y'all call me this dictator, y'all gonna really force my hand to become this dictator.
That's the thing. Most people don't really understand that these judges
they're overstepping.
They have no authority. They don't have no authority over a president, a sitting president.
Exactly. But they overstep passing injunctions and that. Like this shit is kind of crazy. Like, how do you rule in an atmosphere like this when you have the whole system bucking against you? After a while, like, you know, lock all these motherfuckers. I'm just gonna run shit out. I'm just gonna have to run roughshod on all these people. You have Florida judges that are even as Supreme Court judges passing in stay orders, non-deportation order, like for folks that's not even their clients, shit that they don't even oversee.
I'm telling you, bro, it's a lot of dumb shit going on in politics, bro.
But this level of it happening, this was what was happening even Trump during first term. He didn't realize what happened in his first term. Trump didn't realize how much people that was within his own party was trying to sabotage him. Now you have his own party plus the people that are traditionally there, both bucking against it. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, so that's why this time around he came in, he had his own group of people trying to do it. But now you have judges, you know, they have lifetime appointments. They don't have to rerun shit like that, a lot of them. So now you have some of those he has to go through. But it's kind of crazy. You got to give the props to the other side. The niggas ain't saying throwing their hands up and letting them do whatever they want. They're gonna obstruct. They're gonna do whatever they can. But the shit is crazy though.
You got fucking Floridian congressmen flying to El Salvador to try to free some nigga that's not even his constituents from Florida.
Mm-hmm. The shit is thrown to me. I'm like,
the shit makes no sense, bro. Fuck you fighting for a fucking for a Maryland immigrant. That's their immigrant, nigga. That's not your immigrant. If it was your immigrant, I understand. Go fight for your immigrant. You fight for another nigga immigrant.
the shit's all backwards. That's America. And us being from parents who are immigrated here, we should be pro-immigration, which makes sense. But it should be within reason. You know what I'm saying? You can't have. I can't say. You know what I'm saying? They let 20 million in. My dog's saying, okay, he's gonna deport a couple. Everybody know the alerts out there. You get away. Those who get caught. Those everyone got to get it how to live. Try to not get jammed up. That's the rule of the game. These are the rules. You break it. Those that get around it try to get around it. This, that, and third. But to act like he's gonna have to follow the rules for the other 20 million that just got in here. That would take like 50, 60 years to get all these motherfuckers out of here.
Exactly. And Trump asked them, okay, we got 20 million that we got to get rid of, right? Deport. How long do you think these trials should be?
Exactly. This shit don't make any sense. Yeah, the math is not going to math. I have to wait on orders. They're like, nah, they're not supposed to be able to. These rules is not going to apply to them. I'm catching them. They're getting booted. That's how they, and as messed up as that sound, it makes sense. It don't make it. How can you follow the rules and the rules? The rules don't work in this matter. It wouldn't make any sense.
You can only follow the rules when the rules were followed.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. It's another perfect analogy. Right
so they broke the rule. I can't. There's no.
Yeah, I can't keep following rules once y'all break the rules.
It's only we gotta go negative. You broke the rule. I gotta break the rule. We gotta get two negatives. We multiply them together. We got a positive.
Positive.
That's how it goes after a while. You see, when they're going after Escobar after a while, they're like, we the only ones playing by the rule. This motherfucker blowing shit up. He's killing people. Mm-hmm. Fuck it. When we catch him, we're killing these people from now on. And it wasn't so they started implementing that shit. So you actually get it. Like, you can't be the only ones following the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. It's a negative and a positive. You're going to get a negative, bro. So you got to go negative, double negative.
Cancel it out.
All right, there we go, Swerve. What's your recommendation, Swerve?
My recommendation is the new season of Black Mirror.
I saw that come up, bro. I was sitting there, bro. But my wife is terrified of Black Mirror, so she don't want me to watch it when she's in the living room.
It's not. They don't be scary though. Some of them. I don't know. I only seen the first 3 episodes so far this season, and they don't be scary like that. They just kind of like make you think.
Exactly. I guess
like
she don't
what
like
ifs.
that.
Yeah, some people don't like to think stuff.
Some of them are creepy though.
Some of them are, yeah. But this season so far, it hasn't been really creepy stuff like that. There was one with the last one I saw. I think the 3rd episode was with Issa Rae.
Okay.
And then they had one with Tracy Ellis Ross, and then they had another one with some white lady. They like to throw some celebrity in each one.
Yeah, as they get bigger, they're putting celebrities. They used to just throw anyone in the beginning. So
yeah.
What about you, Nate? You got a recommendation? Because this week I do not.
My recommendation. We already gave you our Sinners for last week, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great reviews so far.
Yeah, I heard.
I started rewatching Marco Polo on Netflix. I don't know if y'all remember that. That was Netflix's first big show. And the only reason it got canceled, it was too expensive. They didn't have the budget for it. They didn't have enough subscribers at the time. But I think they did 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is fire. If you ever get a chance to watch that, Marco Polo on Netflix, that's a throwback that I should give y'all. I
had another recommendation, but I was like, I don't know if this is gay.
If you gotta think about it, it's because it's gay.
Go
ahead, bro. Give us your little gay ass recommendation.
You gotta say Brokeback Mountain.
No, I was gonna say, wouldn't it make sense to have the location of all your friends?
In what sense?
Like you have the like you have your wife's location. You can look up your wife and see wherever she's at right now. Why can't I have your location to see where you're at?
I mean, if I can make it open to you if I wanted to, but what would be the reason for it to be open? Is there supposed to be no privacy?
Hey, yo.
Pause. Yeah, pause. Yeah, that's a lot of pause. I could have my location open if I wanted to.
Oh, that's crazy.
I can have it open to you. I was like, whoa. I thought Judo was going to hit the button again. It's crazy.
Classic.
That would work if like you guys are going like out of the country.
Why not all the time?
Nah, nigga, I don't need to. You don't need to know.
I'm not gonna look at. I'm not gonna.
No, you don't need to know that.
You don't need to know how much.
I don't care where you at. I don't care where you're at. But you never know. Sometimes something might happen. And you want to know.
We got weird. Or we might not like to say it, but we got weirdo friends too, bro. Some of these niggas will be on that phone all day watching everybody move.
But what is that? But who cares?
Like, damn, cuz that's the fourth time you went there this week. What's going on over there?
I have a few of my friends. I have a couple of friends. Maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 people's location, 4 people's location that I have besides my wife. No male friends.
That's different.
But because that'd be gay. That'd be gay. But I'm just asking, why is it gay? Because it makes sense. I have locations of those female friends and my sister and my wife.
Yeah, see, that's okay. I can't be having.
For every female friend that you have their location on, you got to always have you a alibi though.
What you mean? What do you mean?
You're a suspect for whatever happened to that female.
Or
you're always spying on them. Anything happened to them, you're a suspect.
Okay, that's possible. Anybody on their shared location list is a suspect.
Yeah, but you don't know how much other folks on there.
Well, I'm sure at least her sisters and maybe her mom.
Let's hope, dog.
Fuck that. I can only have my wife's location. I can't. I'm the only one that can have her location.
That's it.
Her sisters might have her location.
No, they don't.
I mean, but you can understand how a sister might have another sister's location.
No, I can't. These grown ass sisters, nigga.
Well,
grown ass sisters.
Well, I think my sisters probably have each other's location. I'm not sure if they do. I have my sister's location.
So you can see every time she go to get her back blown out by Roger down the street.
Anytime. But I'm not following her to see where she's at. I never really look to see where she's at.
But you know you have some weirdo friends, crazy ass friends that be on that bitch all day, watching everybody, where everybody going.
Well, I do be like, if I'm gonna call somebody, like if I'm gonna call one of my friends, I'd be like,
we got that one friend that'll be like,
she's at home, she ain't doing that. Let me call her up.
Nick fat ass went to Burger King 3 times today.
Opens ass would be Opens would be clocking my ass. You know, Court ass would be clocking my ass.
Taking screenshots.
Taking screenshots and building a case on a nigga. Yeah.
Send the screenshots to the group chat. We're building a case.
Yeah, clocking
this nigga third time.
Like, damn, can't eat a piece.
This nigga went for breakfast, brunch, and lunch.
Tell nigga I'm carbo loading, bro. What's this?
All right, folks. Y'all know what to do. Hit us up on That's the Sir Pod on Instagram. That's the Sir Podcast on Twitter. That's the Sir Podcast on Facebook. And you can always drop an email at that'sabsurdpodcast@gmail.com. And you know you can always drop a voicemail. All you got to do is look through the show notes and click leave message here and holla at us. Let us know what you thought. With that being said, we is out.
Oh, yeah.